if I'm good. What we do is get that folded back up and then see how impressed long hauler is by my reversing a bale loading trailer, which is a little bit easier than the fertilizer spreader because it's got a longer wheelbase. And there you have it. Now I'm going to put that back down again and load 3 bales from the stack. Hopefully, yes, and back off. I'll lift that up. I'm pretty sure we're going to sell at least one of these, if not 2. But we're doing it that way. I can just leave the Massey connected to the baler. We can put the baler away and everything else probably after the stream. How are we doing? 12:30. So, in all likelihood, we are looking at next week. The kids will be coming over, but current Mrs. Osa plans seem to be she'll leave about 10:30, 11 on the church cleaning thing, but she goes and gets the kids first, takes them to church to help her clean, and then they all come home about 1 o'clock after stopping at McDonald's or something like that. So for the near future, we will probably not have an audience and loud children noises in the background while I'm streaming. But next week we are going to be looking at June, I think. I'll probably skip at least 2 days. So we'll skip the rest of May. I might do a couple of contracts just to raise our cash levels. I mean, this is going to put us on 90,000. So I'm not completely worried about our money levels right now. Although that might change if some nice things come up on the store sales. Again, there's not much to do. We will have our field will need to be turned into silage. How much did we get paid? Oh, we actually got £900, so that was approximately 2 bales sold. So I might get some of the grass work on our field done, just so that we're just left with some baling and wrapping, and then we can get on with something else. And we may skip through the rest of June on the stream and move into July, where I think we might have some harvesting to do, and we might need to figure out a harvester. But sadly, as I said, this time of year there's really not a lot to do except grass work. What am I doing? I am getting paid. You do a job, you get paid. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Okay. So there's a bunch of baling contracts, fertilizing contracts. We've now got the latest. I thought there was something that told you how many contracts were hiding. We've now got the latest contract, improved contracts mod loaded. Okay, so this is done with I think I'm good with we're done for the day with the Deutz. Everything else is going to be putting stuff away with the Massey and just tidying up the yard. We got paid a fair amount today. I'm kind of happy about that because money in the bank is always a good thing. And we have, what, 20,000 more in the bank than we have debt to repay. Okay, this is not something I do frequently. Don't know how close I am to that on the left as we're looking. But, as I said last week, I'm not sure how much use we have for the Roland flatbed trailer at this point. It may be that there will be uses later. I might want to replace it with the Roland livestock trailer instead, because we're probably going to need one of those if we get into piggies. Yeah, I think the whole side of this area we could probably take down the trees. Not so much the trees along the front there. And I'd like a different set of sheds there. Maybe one, maybe two. Maybe one long one. Maybe two shorter ones. And possibly two clamps, so we delete that clamp, put in a new one. But we'll need to check that, see what it looks like. Okay, we have equipment that doesn't look too worse for wear, just needs a little bit of a clean down. Oh, now that's a thing I've discovered, or I've heard. I haven't, done the science myself. That's cool. But cleaning your equipment does not appear to affect the rate at which the equipment needs to be serviced. So it doesn't increase the rate at which the wrench bar goes down. It does, however, the dirtier your equipment is, the faster the paint wears out. So if you like your equipment looking all nice and shiny and new, you should keep it clean. because the paint is going to get damaged if it gets dirty. But if you don't care and actually thinks that your equipment looks better with some scratches on the paintwork and what have you, then you don't have to clean it. It's not going to cost you any more in maintenance costs to keep in a good condition. So that's basically a thing. Okay, we'll get this thing cleaned up. Obviously, as a good farmer, you should keep your equipment fairly clean, but there's no, you don't have to, oh, I've harvested a field, I should go back, clean my tractor before tomorrow, and then harvest another field tomorrow. You can quite legitimately service your vehicle, go out, do the task, harvest 10 fields and clean it once you're done using it, and it's really time to put it all away. And that way. And we've still got the sprayer. I think what I might do is grab the bale spike. Go move those bales. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. That one, I think. Quickie bale spike, indeed it is. So, bale spike comes from the Quickie front loader tools mod pack, and this spike is far easier to use with round bales. The problem with the in-game one, it's kind of designed for okay, which hole do we put this stuff in? It's kind of designed for square bales, and the bale grabs are really designed for round bales, which makes stacking bales on a trailer that has the rails at the end to stop the bales rolling off. It can be difficult with the in-game spike. So, as I said, this is the Quickie loader tools pack. It's okay sometimes, as with many mods, things can get a little bit flighty, so your bales are noticeably wobbling around on it. For the most part, so long as you stab the middle of the bale, you're absolutely fine using this. Definitely need some more silage in here, I believe. I think silage usage is about, silage plus hay is equal. Might not be. They give us a bigger silage bay than they do hay. And normally what I'll do is I'll take the silage bales we have in our clamp at the moment. I'll load 24 on the bale trailer and I'll just dump the rest in the cow feed area, so that we've got a slow trickle of silage and hay that comes in over the course of the year. I mean, had the contract we didn't done today on field 53 been a silage contract, I'd have ended up selling all of the bales and taking the money. However, if we'd ended up with contract complete and there's 10 more bales on the field still to collect, sometimes I'll look at that and say, oh, we'll just put the 10 in the feeder bay. It depends how much I feel like driving across the map to the sell point, and how much I feel like I'm just going to dump the bales where they need to be, in the shortest distance from where they were made. 53 has occasionally come up as a silage contract, and obviously silage I think is closer to about 5,000, 4,500 pounds per bale. So you're selling 10 of them, that's 45,000. So absolutely, I'm going to sell them rather than keep them. The silage we produce, it's a trailer load plus 5 type of thing, and I'm not inclined to drive halfway across the map for 5 bales. And the cows do need silage, so keeping some of it on site just makes sense. Okay. Into that, oh, it's still 5 left. I knocked one off the back. If I don't buy field 55, which has the wheat in it, just to the north of the farm, I am probably going to have to do a couple of grain contracts during harvest and collect straw, just so that we've got enough straw for cow feed and cow bedding. The advantage is we don't need a lot of straw, but obviously there is a constant drain on our straw supply, so it just makes sense to make at least some per year. The other option is I may skip forward a couple of months. I don't know. And this is growing 2 of 3. That'll tick over to 3 of 3 in June. So maybe July is the next point we want to pick up the series. So what I might do is pass time through to July, and in July we'll sell our silage, although that will be ready to sell in June, and we'll also have some harvesting to do, some more silage to make, so there'll be a lot more stuff to do on our farm rather than other people's farms. And so long as I've got room in the silage bunker for the next production of silage, and good grief, I'm messing this up. It just gives us a little bit more variety on the farm. I think the sorghum and the canola will be ready about the same time. Hopefully I missed it. Nope, I reversed straight into it. Congratulations. Oh, I also need to check the seed levels in the garden greenhouse thing. Because seed and solid fertilizer usage in the garden is exactly the same rate, but I'm trying to run out solid fertilizer so we can start loading up on manure, because that's something we don't need to pay to produce. And select that. There we go. That I've already cleaned. That needs to be cleaned. I think I emptied it. Pretty sure I did. Yep, that's fine. And oh, the spray is actually 97%. Got some paint chips on it, but as far as functionality, it's in good working condition, so no troubles there. Get that reversed into the corner. Probably best to keep the bale spike on the tractor at the moment, because I think the next thing we're doing with the Massey is loading up the bale carrier and taking our silage bales off to the store or the BGA, one of the two. So how are we looking at the moment? This stuff here is 69%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12-ish, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. 27 bales there. So we'll end up with 24 on the carrier and 3 with the cows. This is 372 litres of solid fertiliser left, and then we'll start loading it with manure. I believe this is now empty. I'm not sure how many seeds we have. We've got 1,500 seeds. Do I have a bucket? I have a stone bucket. I'm not sure that picks up manure. Liquid fertiliser, we just bought 5,000 litres. We got 3,457, so that's fine. Solid fertiliser is this tank here. We don't have any. We sold the milk, we sold everything else. Our day on the farm is done. It's going to rain tonight, so that's good. We're going to have to sell tomatoes before the end of May, but no rush there. We're going to have to sell bread before the end of May too, but I've got the TLX 2020 back there with the box on the back. I can transport the tomatoes to the store, go and fetch the bread, ship the bread to the store, and we're done. going to do now, I think, jump out the Land Rover, we're going to do a quick browse of vehicle sales. Yeah, same stuff as yesterday. We did all the contracts. We claimed all of the contracts are done. So, we'll sleep until tomorrow and we'll check the store sales, see if there's anything exciting. Then I think we'll call it a day. It's coming up on 1 o'clock. I need food. Property maintenance, 408. That will be our production. Well, will it? I don't know. I have no idea what goes into property maintenance anymore. So, there is a telly truck for sale. Oh, 26,000. There is a, what the heck is that? That's a whole crop header, 8.5 hours. And there's a huge thing with stuff. Oh, it's the big model. Oh, so you can go standard, or that, standard, oh, capacity extension, but it was saying that it's, was it saying it's 34,000? No, it's saying it's 19,000, so it doesn't necessarily come with that, that's how it loads in. What you have to do is go to standard, take off the extension. That's what they're selling you for 19,000. 20,000 litres. I think our trailer's a little bit bigger than that. The telly truck, however, we could do with that down at the bakery. So I might buy that and ship it down to the bakery, and then we have one of these at the bakery, one of these at the flour mill, so we can load pallets onto the back of our truck. At the yard, we still have a front loader on both tractors and pallet forks, so we can load the truck with the tractors on the farm. I would eventually like to probably have a skid steer, but that's okay for now. It is the 2nd day of May. I'm gonna jump over here. I'm not going to jump over here. Just gonna check what these are like. So 96%. They'll be fermented later on this morning because we cut on March 2nd day. Shut that. Contracts are baling, fertilizing, nothing exciting. Anyway, I think we'll call it a day for now. Thank you for watching. We will be back, as I said, next week. I'm probably going to take us through to July so that we can cut our grass field, we can sell our silage, and with any luck, our sorghum and canola will be ready to cut. And with any more luck, there might be a harvester for sale. At which point, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to have extra money in the bank and a padding for the loan. But for right now, I think we are good. Have a good weekend, have a good week coming. And for right now, I am out of here.